All right, let's talk about something that makes pretty much everyone groan. Meetings, right? But what if I told you they don't have to be a total waste of time? Seriously, by the end of this, you're going to have a toolkit to turn those dreadful calendar-clogging meetings into something that actually works. Sound good? Let's dive in. You know that feeling, right? The meeting ends, you click that little red leave button, and you just sit there for a second thinking, what was that even for? What did we actually accomplish? It's like, did I just lose an hour of my life I'm never getting back? Yeah, we have all been there. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be like that. At all. See, when you strip it all down, a meeting is actually super simple. It's just a bunch of people getting together to do one of three things: discuss stuff, make a decision, or share some info. That's it. So the problem isn't the idea of a meeting. It's how we run them. And that's exactly what we're here to fix. Okay, first things first. You got to know what kind of meeting you're walking into. On one side, you've got your formal meetings. Think big, like a board meeting where everything's super structured, there's a strict agenda, someone's taking official notes, the whole 9 yards. Then you've got your informal meetings. This is more like a quick huddle with your team, a spontaneous, hey, you got a minute kind of thing to solve a problem fast. Just knowing which is a huge first step.
Here's a secret. Most meetings are won or lost before they even begin. Seriously, it is all in the preparation. So let's go through what I call the pre-flight checklist. This is everything you need to do to make sure your meeting actually takes off and lands successfully.
And it's not complicated, I promise. It really just comes down to 3 super important steps. Number 1, what's the goal? Like, what one thing do you need to walk out of that meeting with? Number 2, make an agenda. This is your game plan. And number 3, send a good invite. Something that tells everyone why they're coming and what to expect.
And let me be really clear about this. An agenda is way, way more than just a list of things to talk about. It's your secret weapon. When you put times next to each topic, boom, you've created urgency. When you assign a name to an item, boom, you've created ownership. This one document is what stands between a productive meeting and total, utter chaos.
Okay, so you've done your prep. The agenda is set. The invites are out. Now it's showtime. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how to actually run the meeting. How do you manage the room so people are actually paying attention and getting things done?
For any meeting to work, everyone needs to know their job. There are really 3 key roles. You've got the chairperson. Think of them as the captain of the ship. They're steering, not rowing. Then there's the minute taker, the one making sure nothing gets forgotten. And finally, the participants. And this is key. If you're a participant, your job isn't to just sit there quietly. You're part of the crew. You're there to contribute.
So when you hear the chairperson say something like this, let's wrap up with the timeline. That's them doing their job perfectly. They're the timekeeper. They're the one who gently pulls the conversation back when it starts to go off on a tangent. A good chairperson is basically a professional cat herder, keeping everyone focused on the goal. And please, whatever you do not sleep on the minute taker. This is not just some boring admin task. This person is literally capturing the value of the entire meeting. They're turning all that talk into a concrete plan, writing down exactly who promised to do what. They are the hero of accountability.
And this is what a great participant looks like. They're not just checking their email under the table. They're leaning in, offering real, specific ideas. The simple truth is, a meeting is only as good as the people in it. So if you've been invited, it's for a reason. Be present. Contribute. So, to make sure all this works, you need some basic rules of engagement. Think of them as the rules of the road. First, stay on topic. Second, make sure everyone gets a chance to speak, especially the quiet ones. Third, watch the clock. And fourth, and this one's huge, it's okay to disagree. In fact, it's good. Just do it respectfully. Challenge the idea, not the person. All right, the meeting's done. High fives all around. We're finished, right? Nope, not even close. You could argue the most important part of the meeting happens after it ends. This is the follow-up. This is where talk turns into action. And that's where the minutes come in. And please stop thinking of them as some boring old summary. They're not. They are the bridge from the meeting room to the real world. They're the blueprint for what happens next.
Good minutes tell the whole story, leaving zero doubt. Who was there? What did we talk about? What did we decide? All good stuff. But the absolute most important part, the heart and soul of the minutes, is the action items. Who, does, what, by when. So if you remember one thing about minutes, make it this. Their number one job is not to be a history lesson. Their job is to make things happen. It's all about driving action. They turn a fuzzy conversation into a clear, public to-do list, so that momentum you built up doesn't just fizzle out.
Just look at this example for planning a cultural night. I mean, it doesn't get clearer than this, does it? Ravi's got performances, Nurul's got promotion, Daniel's on logistics. There is no way anyone can walk away from this confused about what they need to do. This is what clear action items look like, and this is how stuff actually gets done.
All right, before we wrap this up, let's quickly stock your toolkit with some key vocabulary. Knowing these terms isn't about showing off, it's about being effective. This is the stuff that makes you look and feel like a pro in any meeting.
First up, agenda. We've talked about it a lot. It's your roadmap, your plan of attack, simple as that.
Next, minutes. Yep, it's the official record, but I want you to start calling it the accountability contract. It's the document that holds everyone to what they agreed to do.
Okay, here's a slightly more advanced one, motion. You'll hear this in more formal meetings. It's basically the official way of saying, all right, enough talk, let's vote on this thing and move on.
And last one, adjourn. This is how you formally end a meeting. It's not just, okay, bye. It's the official closing statement. It means we're done talking, now it's time for doing.
And all of this really leads to one big idea, a huge mindset shift. We always say, ugh, I have so many meetings, I can't get any work done. But that's looking at it all wrong. A good meeting isn't the obstacle to the work, it's the tool that makes the work happen faster and better.
So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Pull up your calendar right now. Look at the very next meeting you have. What is the one thing, just one, that you're going to do differently after this? Are you going to ask for an agenda? Are you going to make sure there are action items? It doesn't matter if you're running it or just attending. Pick one small thing. Because that, right there, is how you start winning at meetings.